So we're just sitting with crossed legs or on your knees or with the legs in front of you. You can be against something if you feel like you need that. So just sitting up nice and tall, and in fact, if you have something you can put under your bottom, do so to lift your hips. So we're going to work a little bit with twists, and just turn towards one knee, to whatever side you want to go to. So we're not going to go very deep into anything, just right equal with a knee, and then just have one hand over the other and interlace the hands. So you've kind of got a grasp of the bottom. And then we're just operating from here. So we're not trying to go deeper into a twist. Instead, what we're going to try to do from here is get taller. So you're going to use the hands against the thigh rather than pushing on the knee to get taller through the spine. And as a result, you may feel, as you continue to explore this for yourself, see if you can find a hollowing through the belly, maybe some space for the tissues of the belly to fall into and up. So there's a lot of core work, but at the same time, everything else is relaxed. The legs are relaxed. There's some tension in the arms as we push downward, but not a lot. Then you might feel your back working. And just see if you can start to feel some space at the groin. So let the legs drop and release toward the ground. As the trunk from the groin up releases upward. And feeling the crown of the head long, reaching upward as well. But the chin is level with the ground, so we're not looking up, we're not looking down. So I'm really feeling my back work. That's where this is asking for my effort, through the back. And then if you want to deepen your twist a little bit, feel free. And then let's just release that back to the front. And just notice how that felt for you. Take a moment in between. Shove the dog out of the way. Okay. And then we'll go the other way. So first, just taking the shoulders to point directly over the knee and interlacing your hands one through the other. And so to start, we just want to kind of feel some length through the spine. We want to let go of overexertion. So we don't want to be, this really tight. Just try to relax a little bit more and be at ease. Releasing the shoulders downward so there's space between the ears and shoulders. And as that happens, maybe feeling some length through the neck and the top of the head. And using the breath to really let go of effort. Again, trying to find that sense of space at the groin. Just on the side you're twisting to, though you might sense it in the other side as well. letting the legs be heavy. And as that space maybe frees up in the groin, maybe there's more space for the belly tissue to move back and up. And then you can deepen the twist if that feels right. Long spine. Working your back, probably. And then release and come back gently to the front. Okay. So if you're sitting on anything, you can move that. And we're going to come onto our backs. I think I'm going to move my... Okay. So we're going to be in constructive rest on the back with the knees bent. So just notice, because we were just in a twist, how the sides of the back feel now that they can just release to the ground. So we'll take a moment here just to soften the back body and release it to gravity. And you might have to readjust where your feet are so that your legs feel relaxed. So you can feel the surface of your feet. And just notice how time is all that's needed to start to find places in the body that can unwind. And it's not that we unwind them, it's that we give them space and time to unwind on their own. So enjoy that sensation of the floor beneath you, rising up, supporting you. When you're ready, we're going to take one knee in towards the chest. Your hands can be wherever you'd like them. We're going to start to make circles. So any size of a circle, maybe small to start. Instead of focusing on how it feels in the hip joint, I want you to focus on how it feels through the pelvis in the back. Try to keep your other side of the pelvis on the ground. I just got an adjustment in my lower back. So you never know. And then change the direction of the circle. So if you were going inward, start to go outward, or vice versa. Notice if there's any clicking or stickiness through the joint, either the hip or the pelvis. And then notice also how your core is working here. So maybe as your knee comes closer to your trunk, there's a little bit of a softening through the belly. And as the leg moves away, there's a tightening through the core. And then you can rest that side. Take a nice deep breath, and then we'll go to the other side when you're ready. So just lifting that leg in and making little circles or big circles. And again, focus on that sensation through the pelvis in the back. Notice what touches the floor as you move. What changes? And it doesn't matter if you've got your foot flexed or just kind of floppy, either way. Noticing any jaggedness through the hip bone. And then changing the direction of the circle. So you might notice some popping or any difference between your right and left. Just take note. And then when you feel complete on that side, you can lower that leg also. And take a deep breath, or two. So we're going to go back to the first side. We're going to take that knee in and hold it. And then we're going to extend the other leg long and reach the heel away. We're just going to hold and breathe here. If at some point you want to relax the extended leg, then you can just relax the foot and just let the leg be heavy. And just notice if there's any release through the front of the hip, at the groin. You can, if it feels good, be drawing that knee in a little tighter or closer, but not forcing anything. Try to make this as effortless as possible. You might find some release in that groin, deep in the groin, and maybe that knee comes even closer. Or maybe it's something in the back that releases. Take a deep breath here, and then we'll bring in the other knee, so we'll be in a little ball. And just hug the knees in, And then change your hands to the other knee, extend the leg that you haven't extended yet. Start by pushing that heel away so there's some tension in the leg. And then as you become more relaxed in this position, you can release the tension. So again, just try to find a real effortless holding here. You might want to check in and make sure your shoulders are dropped back towards the floor. And that knee might start to just draw itself closer to the body as all the muscles in the groin that are normally tight start to let go. Taking some deep breaths here now. When you would like, you can extend that leg to meet the other. So both legs long, and reaching your arms overhead to take a nice long body stretch, tightening all the muscles around the bones as you reach. You can point and flex the feet. And you can hold the tension with the breath or just release and relax. To check my notes. Yes. Oh yes. So we're going to bend the knees again. Oh, no, don't rush. Take your time. And we will lift one leg, crossing the ankle over the other knee. So figure 4. And before we pick up the supporting leg, just kind of press into that knee and of the crossed leg, or the leg that's crossing, I should say, and just kind of push it open down towards the edge of your mat, the bottom of your mat. Notice how that might shift some things through the back of the pelvis. And then if you would like, you can lift that supporting foot in the air and grab hold anywhere that's comfortable, or you can hold the ankle of the crossed leg. So whatever works. And let's just hold here and breathe and focus on wherever you're feeling the tightness. Just see if you can breathe and get some kind of unwinding there for yourself, some kind of release, softening. And I also want you to feel free here, even though we're holding, to explore what it's like to maybe rock on the back a little bit side to side, or to point and flex the feet. So you have options here. You don't have to stay stagnant unless that's working for you. And then if and only if it's comfortable for you, allow your body to fall towards the supporting leg side. So this is a little bit of a twist here. Your legs are falling off to the side. You might not get all the way to the ground, and that's fine. Your head can turn and look away from your legs. Feel free to hold the leg that's the ankle of the crossed leg, or you can hold the foot for support, just so that you don't feel like you're hanging there. So I'm holding this foot. Deep breaths. And if the twist allows you to get a little deeper, feel free to relax and release towards the floor. You can come out at any time, just unroll. So make your way back slowly to the figure four and then uncross the legs. And that's where we'll meet. So both legs standing on the floor again. And just take a moment so you'll have, some time here to just feel how the back feels. Compare left to right. And then when you're ready, you can cross the other ankle over knee. And same exploration for yourself. So make it whatever you would like. You can start by pushing that knee away. Or you can draw up the supporting leg at any time and explore that. And realize this side might be quite different, so be gentle with yourself. And Ian, I see you've got your leg extended, which is fine, but you can also just bend the supporting leg knee and kind of release through the lower leg if that's more comfortable. And so here you're welcome to explore rocking a little bit side to side. It might be too much, so just be aware of how you feel. Or point and flex the feet. Any other exploration you want to do. And then at any time, if you feel like you want to let both knees, both legs, fall to the side of the supporting leg. And then look in the opposite direction away from your bent legs. So a little bit of a twist. Supporting that top leg in any way you need to, so the sensation's not too deep. I've actually got my hand under the sole of my foot and my arm is bent, so my elbow is kind of supporting my leg. Breathing deeply, just seeing what you can release. And then if you are invited by your body to go deeper, you can bring the sole of that top crossed leg to the ground. So it's quite a deep twist. Change the angle of my camera a little bit. There. So whenever you're ready, you can start to unwind slowly back. And we'll pause with both feet on the ground again. Note any sensations that you have now through the hips, through the back of the pelvis, through maybe the butt muscles. Let everything just release. Okay, now we're going to draw up both legs straight into the air, so just about 90 degrees up from hips. And you can point and flex the feet here. You can hold on to the legs or just let the arms be at your sides. It's up to you. So pointing and flexing through the feet. And or making circles with the ankles. You can point one foot and flex the other, so they're in opposition, or you can point and flex them together, or both. And if your legs start to get tired, see if you can engage more of your core. So you want to feel the weight of the legs going straight, the bones going straight down into the floor. And maybe you even feel a little arch in your back, just a very subtle arch of the lower back. But the sacrum is rooted to the ground. And the belly can also release back toward the ground. See if you can find a weightlessness of your legs instead of the heaviness of the legs. You still have to kind of hold them up there, so there's still some stuff working. They might even shake a little. And then see if you can bring them a little more towards your head. And you might not get very far, maybe just an inch, if anything. Or you might be able to draw them down quite far and grab your toes. Or somewhere on your legs. But if you're grabbing, I want you to make sure that your shoulders can plug back into the ground. So you might have to bend your knees. And I want you to see how much of your spine you can leave on the ground. So stay heavy through the spine. And the tailbone might have to come up a little, but as much as you can, release the back. And my legs aren't straight, they're quite bent, but I'm holding my toes. You don't have to hold your toes unless that's comfortable. We're going to take now the soles of the feet towards each other, so let the knees open. And just draw the heels toward your bottom. So we're in a reclined cobbler's pose. You can grab hold of the feet or the ankles. And see if you can release around the groin again. And the soles of the feet may be touching, they may not. You can open the legs now into happy baby if you want, which means just bringing the soles of the feet up toward the ceiling, one on either side. So one knee is towards one armpit and the other knee is towards the other armpit. And you can explore this like we did the figure 4. So if you want to rock side to side, opening and closing the legs. No rules, just explore for yourself and see what you discover or find that feels good. Good, then bringing the feet back, soles towards each other, and releasing the legs back to the ground. So that may have released a lot or changed a lot through the lower back. So again, just feel any changes in sensation. And let's roll to one side. Take your time, and we're going to come onto all fours. So knees down from hips, arms down from shoulders. Let's just kind of rock the weight of the body back and forth a little, feeling through the wrists. We're going to do a little bit of stretching for the arms. So we have the fingers pointed forward, and we're going to turn the hands so that the fingers point towards each other. So you can do one hand at a time, or you can do both hands at the same time. Both hands is going to be more intense. So you decide whether you want to do just one at a time and switch, or both. And then again, just kind of roll your weight a little back and forth. Now we're going to turn the hands to point out to the sides. So you might do just one hand or both. And then the last direction is the most challenging, so be very careful and gentle with yourself. Turn the fingers to face the body, the knees. Now this one, again, you might want to just do one at a time and then switch. And you don't have to put as much weight or effort into it because there's probably enough of a sensation without moving much. Switch if you need to do a switch. Good, and then just let your hands come back to a neutral place. So if you need to take a break and want to reverse the sensation through the wrists, just tuck the hands down towards the floor for a moment. You can also grab hold of the palms. That is one weird bug, whatever it is. Shake out. What are you? Go away. Okay. Sorry, I was talking to the bug, not to you. Okay, so we're going to do the thread the needle. So if you're okay still on your wrists, if you've had enough on your wrists, you can come down to your forearms. So we're going to reach up. And then kind of reach under, so we're threading the needle. Just reach as far as you can and then come back up. So we're coming up and down. Exhale as you thread through. Inhale as you come up. And then on the next exhale, you can stay there and rest on the side of your cheek or the top of your shoulder, whatever's comfortable for you. So if you can't get down all the way, you can, I think you're all right. Okay. So That supporting arm can really help take some of the excess weight off the neck and shoulders if it's uncomfortable. So the more you draw that supporting arm in towards your body, the more it can support you. So I know that's not a comfortable position, but try to breathe and release through the shoulders and the backs, between the shoulder blades. And you can also try to just check and see if your hips are twisting or if you can level out your hips. Good. Whenever you want to come out of that, just unwind back into all fours. And then we'll go the other way. So we reach up with the inhale. Exhale, thread through. And then reach up. You can go at your own pace. And after the third time, go ahead and rest wherever you're comfortable. Again, checking to see that your hips aren't twisting one way or the other. Try to keep the weight on both legs equal. And again, they're not the most comfortable position in the world. See if you can trust your support and soften there. And you can come out of that whenever you're ready. And if there's any organic cat-cow that you want to do here, so we're going to go into Shavasana in the next couple minutes. So I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to do anything that your body's calling for. And then in your own time, just coming onto your back for our final rest. And grab anything you need to be comfortable, blanket, pillow. Good. I'm just gonna play the bell tonight, the singing bowl. So just listen to the sounds. I hope they come across okay. And breathe as you listen to the sound dissipate. Follow it for as long as you can. And then just notice the silence that follows until the next ring. Think of the sound as a ship that can carry away anything that you no longer want to carry, any stress from the past weeks. Just let it float away with the sound. So beginning to stir fingers, toes. Any other movements to help you awaken? So just take a moment to center yourself in a seated position. Just be quiet for a moment. Pet your cat if you got one. And acknowledge your body for all the service, its loyalty. And acknowledge yourself for taking the time to do this for yourself, because not everybody does, and it is something. Okay, let's take the hands to the heart, rubbing them together. Feel free to unmute if you'd like at this point, by the way. And we'll chant out together. So a deep breath in. And release. And deep breath in, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Om. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, it's good to be back.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that feels much better.
Good.
Oh, and wouldn't it be a nice thought to think that this year sometime we get back in the studio?
Oh my God. I'm waiting for the day. I hope you guys can have a relaxing evening.
Yeah, and you, dear.
And you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
and thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.